So men who help with housework have better and more frequent sex. What's your take on this issue? What do you think about it? You can send me a message via WhatsApp or Facebook, facebook.com/Joy News on TV, or 0560 800,000. That's my WhatsApp number. You know, for a conversation like this, you need very truthful people who can open up to you. So I didn't look too far. These are two friends who said as it is. I'm going to open the phone lines as well. If you can, share experiences, that will be good. But Clarence and Kabute are joining me on this. Hello, gentlemen. Good morning. They are both married, by the way.
Good morning,
What's
Mama.
up?
Good morning, good morning.
I mean, for such a topic and getting us here, and in these days of experts, we are either sex experts or.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so let's start off this way. How much of housework do you do?
The truth, Okabuti.
Yes, the truth.
Only the truth.
The absolute truth.
Uncle Label is watching.
Yes, the absolute truth. Not too much. Not too much. The good thing is that I think I compensate for it in other ways.
But when you say not too much, like I understand.
Not too much because unfortunately, with how our lives are structured in these days, and for my particular routine, I'm really not that much.
Okay, so you
at
don't
home.
wash dishes?
So no, anything I eat in, I wash myself. Okay, so once I use something right then I take care of it myself.
Okay.
But washing of stuff, and all of that, I'm not around to do that as much.
Cleaning.
The whole place, not as much. Once in a while, the inspiration
Okay.
comes, and then I, execute some miracles.
Okay.
Yes, but
I'm not surprised. What would surprise me is if Clarence does something like what you've described. Honestly.
No, so in my case, what I've done is that I've put in the structures to help for them to be done, not necessarily me doing it myself. Do you understand?
Okay,
So, yes.
we'll come to the structures.
Yes.
Clarence, what do you do? Nothing really.
No, I do.
Really?
I do.
Hey.
Maybe I take the cars to the washing bay.
Big ups, man.
I knew it. I knew it. We're talking about house. Okay. Kitchen, washing dishes, cleaning.
Okay. Washing dishes.
When was the last time you did that?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yesterday, truthfully, after a year or so, I got back to it.
Absent.
So because I called you.
Yes. So
You needed evidence for this conversation.
All right. But our schedules have been really crazy. So how do you manage it? Do you see that reflect in the bedroom, the fact that you don't contribute as much as you could?
Well, let me start with a preamble in terms of my
Is this a
position no, not at all. In terms of my position on this subject, and my preamble is all things being equal. Okay, I would explain that as I go along.
All
but
organs working
all organs working well, all other circumstances and factors being equal. Because you see, in dealing with the very spectral creature of God called woman, 1 + 1 is not always equal to 2. Sometimes 1 + 1 can be as much as 9 because there are so many other factors influencing it. Now, I think in a natural course of things, it's only cause and effect. What you do brings you, equal reaction. In my case as well, and of course, I don't know what happens in other people's homes, so I can only speak in my own experience. But in my case as well, I also realized that beyond cause and effect as a natural principle, there's also the principle of expenditure and returns. You see, in that the value of the unexpected gift that I may come home with on a particular day sometimes may be directly proportional to the kind of biological benefits I'll receive.
Okay.
So in that case, it may compensate for my less than par performance in terms of household chores.
Okay.
But like I said, in my home, what I've done is that, I've tried to provide a few things. So like there's a washing machine, so that my wife doesn't have to worry herself physically to actually do those things. And for now, it's just the two of us at home. So in terms of washing, you know,
It's
in
not
terms
so
of-
much.
Yes, there's not so much to do. Maybe once in 2 weeks, I would always arrange for somebody to come and help out with the, you know, we only
Okay.
use one bedroom. The other is like a storeroom.
So
that
you
kind of thing.
you're kind of making up in some
you know, in
sense.
some other ways,
Okay,
yes. But
cool.
all things being equal.
Uh-huh.
Because you see, there are certain days that when Hurricane Mansa shows up, it doesn't matter the points that you have accumulated, you know. And you know one special thing about, in my experience with relating with my wife, is that every good thing you do is 1 point.
But
if you buy-
every bad thing you do,
Easy, my
plus-
brother. So if you buy a phone, 1 point. If you take her to dinner at Movenpick, 1 point. You buy a ticket to take her to Bermuda, 1 point. So you see, you accumulate the points one on one over a long period.
You don't
But-
come home early,
But if you make mistake,
it clears all your
that
points.
one, it erodes it, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's the formula.
So Clarence,
Yes, Mama B.
how's the situation? I mean, the fact that you don't do a lot, obviously. I mean, you only go to the washing bay.
Yes.
Does it score you points?
Just like Kabute, I also try to manage the situation, try to use Peter to rub Paul. So Mama V, yes, I might not do much, and I feel for my wife when I'm asleep and I hear the Hoover on and on. So I try hard to sleep more, and when I wake up, oh, you finished. Why didn't you wake me up?
You're a cheat.
You force yourself to sleep. My God.
To sleep, yeah. So
So usually when you say that, what's the reaction? Do you feel that she's convinced that you're empathizing with her, like you kind of understand that it's tiring for her and all that?
I mean, she doesn't say anything, but her face gestures go like, "Quadruple." Training who be.
Oh, Charlie.
Yes, but we try to. I mean, once a while, and I was telling you on Fridays, we try to come to work in one car. So there's conversation through the traffic.
Okay.
So it's sort of preparation. But just like Kabute said, I mean, you do this, you get 1 point. You do all the other things, you get 1 point. You don't come home early from work and it cleans, you know, it goes
18
pa, 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 pa,
points.
pa, 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 it's 0. So you need to start
All
over.
over again.
It's difficult to be a man, no, Mama.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
It's harder to be a woman.
No, understanding
It's
women
harder to
alone
be a woman.
is work.
But do you kind of broadly, you know, after hearing people's experiences, do you kind of agree with this research? Because
Well,
I totally agree with it.
Well, I can understand why you would agree with it. Yes, we can. I mean, we can understand.
Yes,
Yes,
you're
we can
beneficiary.
understand. So,
Yes,
but
yes.
I think it's just a natural thing. You know, it's
Yeah.
just a natural thing. When you live, you are in an environment where you spend your most intimate time with just one other person. You know, maybe if there are kids involved, you know, it's a bit of a different issue. But for now, for me, it's just myself and my wife. So, I mean, obviously, everything is noticed. Everything can be related.
But
and can
even
be
when there are
connected.
children and you're helping,
Yes.
it is noticed.
Well, yes.
Especially
so-
when you're present in the places where we want you to be present. We notice you.
You know, the only
Like-
thing
like
is that,
where?
like, yeah. in
The
fact.
kitchen. I think the kitchen is like the number one.
Oh,
spot.
you want us to be present in the kitchen?
Yes. Look at that. Look at the picture behind you.
I see.
You can see it's also
Oh,
there. Lines. Look
oh,
at
yeah,
that.
from it's nice, huh? You know, it's a picture, right?
Mama Bisha, let me tell you this joke. So yesterday, I go home and my wife served me dinner. She brought a glass, but I forgot to bring water. So I was eating and she comes out from the room and I go like, and she said, oh, I forgot to bring the water. And she goes like, but so you were waiting for me to go and bring the water? And I was like, oh no, forget water. Today I'm not drinking water.
That was your good self.
Yes.
But seriously, why do men come back from work and expect the women to put their food on the table for them
Well,
when they know the way to the kitchen?
okay, it's an assumption. I think it's an assumption that has been laid on year after year after year, and all men have become victims of the same assumption.
We are not the originators.
No, we are not the
So,
originators.
yeah.
We came to meet it.
And we can't end it.
You know, and unfortunately, for a lot of us, the only experience we have is the experience of our parents and how our mothers so gladly, without any, ill.
Most of them didn't have an office to run to.
Well, but that is what we were nurtured in. Do you understand me?
Even
but
our mothers used to put
you
table
cloth
napkin
on it, and the fufu they'll cut it in
Now
two
they don't
balls.
put the napkin
You
on
know, but honestly, I think it's a bit of a belabored assumption. Personally, for example, my wife grew up in a home where her mother loves to do that full traditional spread for her father. My in-laws. So I realized that my wife loves that. She enjoys wanting to do that. Personally, it's not. I'm not exactly cool with it. Do you understand? Because I'm the firstborn of two sons who lived our whole lives with our mom. So I didn't have a mom who was, who 7-7 like that. My mom had to be a strong dad image. So whenever I see my wife bringing food, I go and wash my hands. I don't want to wait for her to go and bring the water. And, it's a bit, for me. And so once I, all that, if I'm eating, if I finish eating, as on my plate, I will wash it
So
myself.
you take it to,
I'll take it myself to the kitchen and all of that. The other thing is, you see, every woman says they want their husband to join them in the kitchen. But you see, when I get into the kitchen, I will either be a distraction to you.
You won't. You won't. Just a simple question. What can I do to help?
Okay. And
just say, what can I
something
do to help? Yes, there will always be some little thing that you could do to help.
Okay.
Okay. And you see, it's the conversation in the kitchen. It's not just you standing or sitting there.
Okay.
It's the conversation.
So it's really the company.
What can I do
to help?
That
should be like a mantra for us.
What can I do to help?
I've just been told that eating some of the fish or the meat
Could
that
also
is
be
being
spicing.
fried is nice.
Then they'll
Women
tap
want
you.
you to do that.
Oh,
Okay.
So when they beat you, it's not they're beating you. They actually
no.
encourage
when
you.
they beat you, it's not because they really want you to stop.
Oh, okay. I see.
Listen,
but why didn't they tell us before we were going?
I've had this conversation with Adla, one of my producers, about counselors saying when you want to prepare the woman, send her a text message like in the morning or in the afternoon when she's at work so that she'll know. Those things don't work for me. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. It needs to be practical.
Yes. I mean, you don't send me any texts,
okay.
And then out of the blues, you just send me something like this Friday afternoon, just for me to get it that something is happening. I mean, what have you physically done?
Well, the UEFA Champions League is not played every day.
But the training is very frequent.
Yes, they train every day. Even though the Champions League is not played every day, they train every day. Yeah, let me read some messages because we're getting some messages. This one says, husbands who help their wives in house chores get better sex and good treatments in bed because the women do not get too tired, so she tends to get actively involved in bedmatics to the satisfaction of both of them. If the woman alone does all the house chores, she gets too tired, hence gets very lazy in bed too. I agree.
It was from a woman.
Yeah.
The text.
And it was
it's Dennis. Dennis Bensa or Bansa. Dennis Bansa from Kufrodio. It's a man.
But it's been read by a woman.
A woman.
Oh, wow. Are you saying that I'm changing the message?
Dennis, see me after the show.
All right. This one says, the ladies only use guys helping them in the house chores as an opportunity to punish them. They use them as a bargaining chip that if you don't do the chores, she wouldn't allow you. Okay, yeah. I get you. Fahan Solis in Tamale. But I don't agree.
You don't agree?
I don't agree to this. I don't.
I mean,
we're not saying, we're not, listen, I'm not sure the research is saying help. If you don't help, you won't get this. No. I think the earlier message kind of carries it. We get too tired. You know what I mean? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are you saying that we don't get too tired?
Seriously, we all leave home same time. We return same time. But who does the cooking?
But you know, that's also another assumption. It's not that situation doesn't pertain in every home.
But
No.
most homes.
Most homes.
In my home, for example, we don't all leave home and come back, okay? Because my wife runs a restaurant at home, so she's at home.
Okay.
Do you understand? And because you know she runs a restaurant,
Clarence
so
and
cooking and all
I share the same
Yes,
because
yes.
we leave just about the
Yes,
same.
my wife
Okay.
actually
Come back.
leaves earlier.
Earlier
I
than you do.
So that's exactly my
Then-
situation with you.
Okay.
So yes.
You see,
So when we come back, you still expect me to put the food on the table.
Mavi, left to me alone. Left to me alone. I would eat out before I come home. So I now always
but you
tell her.
can't pay the price for eating out.
I mean,
before
yes,
coming home.
she's always don't eat out, because I know you're tired. Let me eat out so that you
can relax.
I was a bachelor almost all
What-
my life. I ate out all my life.
What kind of home would that be?
I'll eat at home
Seriously,
on
that
weekends.
won't be a home.
Maybe
No woman wants
I
that.
think sometimes the women put unnecessary pressure
On themselves.
Eh.
And you know what they do when they're in the kitchen? Unnecessary noise to remind you that
you
I'm
need to be in the kitchen
yeah.
zone. Oh Charlie. Oh
Yeah,
Charlie.
plate, pinch.
Edu Kofi Richard, aka Alhaji, of Kwewu Government Hospital at TBA says, I'm enjoying your discussions. The guys in your studio are too much. They have made my day. Masresa. All right, thanks. We are grateful that you're enjoying. This one says, Mama B, my wife gets angry if I go get the food myself. Anytime I go to the kitchen at times, there's misunderstanding because I would want the food prepared my local way. Dan Dewusu in Nima says. So,
Please, what's his name?
Dan.
Dan. Dan.
Done.
God
Good
bless
morning.
you, eh? Good morning.
Okay, this is Yadima from Dambai who says, if your wife serves you with food, it increases your love for her. Yeah, I kind of agree.
Okay.
But you guys obviously don't agree. I've been washing my wife's panties and doing all the stuff at home, but it's been 2 years now. And she has not granted me a visa to her second D. Okay, ignore these research. Mama B Faisal is telling me.
Pfizer.
So he's been doing all the right
See,
things,
I
but
told
it's
you,
not
all
working.
things being equal.
Really?
All
I'm a
things
bit
being
surprised.
equal.
See, I have a song for Pfizer.
Okay.
Otolege.
Because you see, like I told you, all things being equal. Because in Faisal's case, he probably is doing everything that this research says that when men
Yeah.
do, they'll get better sex.
But maybe he's
But there may be something else.
Yeah.
There's another factor that is more influential than the fact that he's doing the household chores.
Yeah.
And that was the issue.
Okay. Listen, I'm thinking that maybe Faisal perhaps did something, and
So it has to be
that thing
Faisal's
has
fault.
not been. Oh,
has
I
to
didn't
be
say that.
Faisal's fault.
I'm just
Always.
saying.
Look at the young,
Always.
the very bold, able-bodied man,
Listen,
joyfully washing his wife's underwear
And singing.
year in,
and
year
singing.
out, day in, day out. And 2 years, no
but
second
something.
D.
So
Did he
something.
actually call it second
Yes.
D?
Otolege. Otolege.
But I'm saying that something must be wrong. I think you need to see a counselor.
You
on
see?
This message says, I'm Bernard from Takrady. I think the best meal is when it's prepared by both partners, not necessarily the man taking parts, but his presence. I like what you're talking about this morning. Thanks, and thank you, Bernard. Which one is that?
Oh,
I know
I
you
agree.
love to cook,
I agree.
so
I agree.
yeah,
Captain,
you
you
love
like
to
to
cook. Yes,
Oh, I do.
he
I'm
does.
just lazy at it, but I do. I
Me
do,
too. I love to
do.
cook, but I just don't know how to do it.
You know, when he said I love to cook, I was looking at you somewhere because.
So it's not his fault. He really would have done it. He really, honestly, would have
So
done
how have you been trying to learn?
it. But are you given the space to learn
No.
to cook? No. Unless you rent a chef, to come and help you.
And teach you.
Nah.
Let
You
me-
know, your wife teaching you how to cook is like you teaching your wife how,
How
to
to
drive.
drive. You never get it.
Yes, Gedisu in Asimfosu. And earlier I got a message from Nelson, who is also in Asimfosu, just by the way. Mama, helping your wife at home is not a problem, but at times the ladies take advantage of it and become Adidas. They eat and sleep And what they say is you also can cook it. Francis Amatafa Gidisu from Asinfosu says so. Is it true that when you begin to help, then it becomes your responsibility?
Well, the truth is that women have this very special commonality, I think. Talking to my fellow brothers-in-laws, you know, that, so one mature man told me when I was getting married that anything that you cannot be sure that you will keep consistently to, don't start it. Don't start it, because
Those who
once
open
you
doors
start,
for women
you
in
know,
the car.
once you start it and it is registered as part of the package, it becomes standard operating procedure. It loses its miracle of once in a while surprise. No, that's why it's called a surprise. We don't surprise every day.
Yeah, I hear. So do I take it that sometimes you don't do it because you fear we would make it a part of your daily responsibilities?
A few times, but it depends on the woman in your life. I mean, you know, these things are, every couple is different, you know, so if you know your wife well enough, but as a general rule, it's in your interest to vary yourself and not to be standard, because
Yesterday, I was visiting a friend with my wife, and he has pillars in his house. So when I parked, I opened the door for her to get down so that it won't hit the pillar when she's up. And she was like, wow, you hardly open doors for me.
So you can do this one. Then the next question, so why haven't you been doing it all along?
But it was for the pillars.
You see the intention.
He was protecting his car.
Here's a message from Boko. It's from Ras Ambi, who says, Mama V, I did feel your show this morning. The men are fantastic. All right, so thanks for enjoying.
Sex expert.
Your topic this morning is great, but I'm a bachelor. Nana Boateng Ernest from Nkawie in Kumasi.
Nana, just do your own household chores and enjoy whatever you want to enjoy in your own mind.
But
You should be like me, Akrofi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I was thinking you're going to say, keep doing your household chores, and when you get married, stop. If you know you can't continue, maintain. Otherwise, it will become part of your responsibilities. Okay, this one says, I see nothing wrong with men helping their wives in the home. My challenge is how women assume that men are obligated to, at all costs, partake in house chores. Every marriage is independent of the other due to the pertaining circumstance. If you want to enjoy your marriage, just make sure to not compare yours to others. Women always feel they are disadvantaged. Why? Jonas Bedier from Navrongo sent me that message.
Very, very, very good text. Because, you know, there are sometimes you are with your wife, your woman, and she's happy with you. Whatever your deficiencies or your inappropriacies are, she's happy with you. Until she gets to know of what is happening with other people's families, other people's homes. Then it becomes an issue of, you know, comparative analysis.
Yeah.
You know, and I think one of the most demotivating things for me, and I'm sure for a number of men, is when an argument is made for me to do something as a result of what somebody has heard somebody do. When you don't know all the other factors that makes it possible for the person to do that. Deal with me for me.
Okay.
Don't deal with me
Take
as
your
a
victim as you find it.
and pass it on everywhere.
Okay.
That I think that's
All right,
a major
that's
thing.
great.
Yeah.
Noted. I help a lot with house chores in addition to the numerous activities I do to bring money to the home, but it doesn't buy me good sex. 10 years of marriage and I have not enjoyed sex for once.
What house chores do you help
It's
in?
like have it and go your way. Akwesim Kibi, and he comes back to say it's an issue of how you want to work out your marriage based on the homes you both come from.
Yeah. Akwesi,
All right.
what house chores do you do?
Maybe
I used to,
washing cars.
this one says, I used to help my wife till one day she told me that if I don't help her fetch water, I'm not going to bath in the house. So I vowed not to.
Yeah.
You see, the man was doing fine. Oh.
Okay, no, let's share this. Let's see. This one says, lovely show, Mama V, and giving me blowing a kiss, and I'm receiving it. So my woman puts up smiles when I cook. On weekends, I offer her breakfast in bed.
Wow.
In fact, whenever I do that, I get it all. I side with the research topic. Yes!
What's his
This
name?
is all you were waiting for, right?
What's his name?
No, he didn't include us. Oh, are you trying to say that I manufactured that message?
No.
Okay.
We trust your
Oh, yeah,
integrity on this one. We
This
trust
is
your
Mama V
integrity.
we're talking about.
So my wife always tells me men are not supposed to touch cooking pot. If I do, my manhood will stop working. This is Baba from where I haven't heard this one, but I love men who touch the pots.
But you see how our environment,
Even
and
the
our
cultural
yes, the
differences.
cultural
Yes,
differences
I get
affect
it.
and influence
Yeah.
influence us in these ways.
Patrick from Nungwa says, my only household chores when I'm home is watch TV and wait for the food whilst she cooks. And guess what? She loves it. Okay.
She loves it.
Yeah, it works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said she loves it.
So you know she will not necessarily be hoping for this research to apply in her life, right?
Yeah. So don't change. Tell your wife not to change.
Yeah.
This is Juta Dakwa. It says, I'm a 70-year-old German woman. From nature, we like to serve our husbands, but by now everybody has a job. That's why the best is to help at home so that you can enjoy the short free time together. For me, I think it's the time that you spend together. Help a woman
You
to
must not
brush
be
her
in the
teeth,
kitchen.
and the next morning she will expect you to scrub. Oh, that's not fair, is
That's
it?
a man who has been bitten before.
Yeah. He's
Hey,
talking
okay,
from
so somebody
experience.
says that my panelists are experts in marriage life and relationships.
Hey, come on, man.
Someone says house chores is good in marriage, but men shouldn't be too involved because the day they may create problems. Okay, I love the show. We thank you for sticking and loving the show. Let's see what Young is saying. It says, Mama, you know what? My wife has never wanted me to join her in the kitchen. The reason being that she doesn't want to take poison. In fact, she's too touring to die. Okay, that's what you say. I'm not sure I really get it. I agree with the survey.
So he's saying his cooking is so bad
Yeah.
that if he goes into the kitchen, he
It will
will
be
poison
turned
the
into
whole
poison.
family.
That's why I said enter the kitchen and ask, what can,
What
I,
can
do?
I do to
exactly.
help?
Yes.
Kabute, what can I do to help?
This one says, I agree with the survey, but is it not stressful to always be doing chores for frequent activity in the bedroom? Della in Nkoko. No, it's not Della.
It's not only chores. Oh.
But I'm not saying, I'm saying for the conversations too. So don't put your mind on the ultimate, always. Okay. Is it Soy Max sending me a message? Thank you for enjoying. But Mamavi, what's your own take on this issue? I want your view, please, from Christian.
I was about to ask.
Oh, again, because I said it. I'm saying that I agree with the research. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you are saying that when he comes home and he helps you out with the chores, you are more ready to reward him.
It's not even
second.
ready. Let's not say reward, because it's not like I'm paying you for your support.
Oh, it sounds like it.
No, I don't want it to
sounds like
sound
it.
like that. I'm just saying, that's like, I feel what you feel,
Okay.
and we're all on the same page. You get it? That relaxes you, and you can even make the move, because men complain that women don't make the move. We're always waiting for the men to even ask. But when when your wife finds that you're being so helpful, you know what we say? We say you're so nice. When you're so nice, we're attracted to you. That's it. When you're attracted to somebody, you can do anything. That's all I'm saying, man.
For the person.
Yes.
But you know,
So you're rewarding the person.
Oh, I didn't say reward. Now, why do you want to use the word? I still say reward.
but Mama V, yes, you agree with the survey.
Yes, I do.
But what happens in your house?
But that's what I've said.
Okay. No, she's a rewarder of effort. She rewards effort abundantly.
Let me read this because we have to wrap up on this conversation. Mohammed Indunka said, not really. Okay, because I asked the question, do you help with the house chores? And says, not really. But when men help in the cleaning of the home, it makes the home sexy. I kind of like your choice of word.
This
Okay.
We are cleaning.
we are cleaning.
We're cleaning.
Don't. It shouldn't be only this weekend.
No,
I
but
mean,
we're
when you're there
starting-
once in a
we're
while.
starting this
Starting.
weekend. We're starting this
Starting
weekend.
this
This one says, I wish, but it doesn't tickle my wife the least, and she doesn't feel a thing for that. Meanwhile, I cook, wash bowls, wash even her panties, yet I always complain of sex. Pa in wager. Listen, stop doing it for a while.
And see, she'll
Because
miss
I
it.
think that, because I think that once you
put
do
it
it,
for
it
granted.
becomes a routine. It becomes like,
You're obligated to do.
so we
So
don't
you
feel.
agree with us?
I agree. I totally agree
Whoa.
with that. So stop for a while.
And let's see if she'll miss it.
Especially the
And let
panty.
her miss it.
Especially the panty
And
part.
let her miss it. That's what I would say. I don't know if it's good advice or not, but it's just my opinion.
It came from the marriage expert.
There's one said, no, who is the marriage expert?
Oh,
Both of
you
us.
are the chief
Yeah.
expert now.
Okay, so says good
Consultant.
morning. This is Med. You're saying I look great, thank you. But you are in Yendi. Med is in Yendi. Says I'm always number one when my wife goes out and comes back to see her food served. Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you know, when you're always cooking and doing those things, we also feel guilty because we know that it's not really
Yeah.
the man's responsibility. Yeah.
It's good to know. It's good to know that you feel guilty.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Because, you see, not all of us may be doing all the things we should be doing. But some men are doing enough on all of our behalves. You understand?
Like
you didn't hear that,
buying
right?
No, I didn't.
Like pie and wager.
Like buying wager,
Okay,
you know?
so the messages are just coming. I don't know how much more time I have, but we have to make way for talk. So let's see. Let me run through. I love your topic discussion this morning. The guys are too much. If you're not sure of doing something all the time, don't start it because it's really good to be in the kitchen with your wife. Okay, thanks for the message. House chores good in marriage, but men shouldn't be too involved because the day they stop it, it may create problems. I love the show. Thank you. The topic is interesting, but for women, when you're fond of helping too much in the house, you become a house help in the long run, and the sex you long for won't be forthcoming. Ibrahim Siasia in Tamale says so. Sweet topic you're saying, really true. Anytime he helps, I go all out when it's time. Jijo, yeah man. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, this weekend.
Please, did Adam cook for Eve? If yes, we will do those things. But if no, Mama, be prepared to cruise in the kitchen.
Oh, Charlie.
You're not nice. This message says, women, you're simply unpredictable. When when you help them, it should be a routine. When you don't, she's always says you're caring or okay. I'm not sure. I kind of get your message really well. So let me read this. My wife always wants me to be in the kitchen with her whenever I'm home. We have a blender, but she says she admires me more when I use Asanka and Tapoli to grind. And guess what? I have done that. Anthony in Jirapa.
Oh,
I
nice.
enjoyed. See, even just doing that is nice. It's not all about sex. But Mami, is it true that some ladies don't like it if a man knows how to cook from Selom in Ho? I like romance in the cause of helping. It's a booster. Okay, I think it's only women who feel threatened
Exactly.
by
that.
your
By
good
that. By that.
food. Yeah. I help my wife to prepare breakfast every Saturday, so she always wants me to do that. The day I do not, it means no breakfast from Maulin Boko. I don't think that's right. I help Papa, but not in the kitchen. My wife has it easy on cooking, so I don't go there. Obed in Kentampo. Please show aid. Oh, so this person has sent me a picture, and he's asking me to show the picture to the men. Okay, so there you go. Can you
Okay.
see? I'm going to show it to you. We'll see if you can pick it.
You see?
Describe what you see.
Let me explain the picture to you. All right. So this picture, Clarence, you see that, right?
Yeah.
So this picture is the woman is cooking. Now the man is in the kitchen with the woman. He's helping, but he's not helping with the cooking.
Yes.
He's helping, one hand is helping himself with the touch of his wife, and the other hand is helping himself with a piece of the chicken in the frying pan. And the baby is on his neck. I mean, this is a very progressive man. But He's not helping with the chores.
I have a different.
You have a different interpretation.
Look at the picture. The guy is asking his wife, "Where's my white shirt?"
Clarence.
No, but that's a sweet picture.
Yeah.
That's a sweet
Okay,
picture.
so we have to wrap up. I think I've got some 2 more minutes. Let me see how much more I can read. Okay, so how about those who have house helps cooking for them? Selom Hloji in Laura asking. Well, we're just saying that every house is unique.
That's true.
Different things happen in different homes.
That's true.
My wife used to reward me with it when I help her. Adams Abu
Used to.
Sunyaye. I don't like reward.
He said used to.
Yeah.
It has expired. It's no longer fresh.
Speech and prize
That's
giving
a
day.
nice topic there. What I've realized is that sometimes when women just need the presence of their husbands in the kitchen, Boahin Spintex, I love that. Sometimes it's just a presence. I agree with you. Thank you. Please always bring in these guys every day. They have made my day. Baba from Wa.
Marriage expert.
That's right. That's
Okay,
right.
so this one says, good morning. Not all of us feel guilty when the money helps. Okay, please help more. That's the message. Okay, okay, Mama V, I'm even helping her with the washing now. Oh, Mohammed.
Yay.
Is she washing? She has to, she has to perform. She doesn't have to wait for you to ask.
No, I'm sure when he finishes, then she takes it and she does and she puts the peg inside. Say, oh, look at my husband.
My wife always wants me to be in the kitchen with her whenever I'm home. Okay, so this is the blender guy who grinds.
Okay.
He says, progressive man indeed at Kabute.
Yeah.
The research is 70% right. Lovely show, Mama. This is the person who gave me a kiss. My wife is always scared because I'm a good cook that someone would take me away if she tried my food. Joe in Takwa. Aww.
There are residual influences in this
Final message that I'm reading.
one. Okay.
I'm not married, but the day, first day I cooked, my fiancé refused to taste it. But when I forced her to do so, now she's always calling me to cook when she's coming. Ibrahim Seidu in Wale Wale. You're a good cook, I guess. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, I love the pig, Papa. Okay, that's a message that somebody's sending to us. And I said final. Mama V, I'm also washing dishes now. You didn't include your name and you didn't tell us where.
That's
but
right.
continue with what you're doing. I'm helping my wife right now, but when I finish and she refuses.
But Mama V,
Yes.
I have a question. The guy who said he's helping his wife to wash, is the TV outside? Or in the bathroom?
Okay,
No,
think about that.
The hall is
But
terrazzo.
we have to wrap up on this conversation. I think do you also get the sense, we're just saying that your presence means a lot.
Yes.
It may not finally end up in the bedroom,
Yes.
but whatever, the conversations, just the look at you, because we want to be attracted to you always.
Yes.
And that's something that you have to work on.
Yes.
That's all we are saying.
Yes, we
So
agree.
final words.
Well, I think that marriage and love is a beautiful thing, and it takes conscious work and effort. I think the biggest mistake a lot of us do is taking things for granted and becoming used to things even though they are actually special things. But also I think that every relationship is unique and different. Know your woman, know your man, and just be genuinely committed to making them happy.
Yeah.
If they want to see you as a part of household activities, as and when you can. Just even if you can only once a month, just make sure that once a month you leave such a solid impact on her that she also can, get the joy that she wants from it. But it's a beautiful
Fantastic.
thing.
Clarence.
Final words. What can I do
To help you. Charlie, this weekend.
What
This
can I
weekend.
do
You're a
to
good
help?
student.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you.
We'll
Thank
bring
you,
you the
guys.
rewards.
we have to make way for AM Talk. Up next with my guests in studio. Stay with us. You're watching the AM show. Thanks for all the messages. We hope that we've been of some kind of help one way or the other. Stay with us.